Hey, good morning. Paul here. The grandkids are all making countdown videos for our Walt Disney trip coming up here in a few weeks. And I guess this is mine. When I think about our annual trips down to Walt Disney World, I can't help but think back to when I was a kid, back when Disneyland first opened, and how excited I was to go down to the fantasy world created by Walt Disney, known as Disneyland. So, as we count down to Walt Disney World, let's give a couple of thumbs up to the original destination, Walt Disneyland. It was July of 1955 when Disneyland first opened. I was going on 7 years old, and back in those days, it was hard to tell the difference between fantasy and reality. I just knew that Disneyland was a magical place for a kid. I just wished I had enough money to buy a bunch of e-tickets, because back in the day you bought a ticket book. I think admission to Disneyland was 90 cents, I think. You buy a ticket book, or there were ticket booths all around Disneyland. And I remember an A ticket was 10 cents. And an A ticket got you into Sleeping Beauty's castle. You could take a tour, go up the stairs and see Sleeping Beauty, and take a tour of Sleeping Beauty. I'm trying to remember what another A ticket bought. Maybe a ride on one of the main street vehicles. But the best tickets to get were e-tickets, but they were the most expensive. So if you bought a ticket book usually came with maybe 2 e-tickets. And to this day, you'll hear people talk about an e-ticket ride, meaning the best ride, or the most thrilling ride, or the most expensive ride. Well, that comes from the early days of Disneyland and the ticket books. But those are fond memories, and I have a lot of great memories of Disneyland, but just as many, if not more, of the times I spent with my family and my wife at Walt Disney World. You know, there were times when being at Disneyland made you feel like a superhero. Kids could use their imagination along with what was being presented to them at Disneyland. And it didn't matter what color you were. Anyone could be a superhero. That was the gift that Walt Disney, unknowingly or maybe knowing, gave to us young kids growing up in the 50s after the war. So here's to Walt, here's to Disneyland, and here's to seeing you down at Walt Disney World.